Hello everyone, this is Visual Novel Gamer here, and I am back with Kinkoi Golden Love Rich. Last time, my character finally admitted he loved Sylvie, and figured out that he really has no chance to truly get with her since their statuses are so different. So, let's continue where we were. I
お疲れですね。
really am.
最近、勉強に打ち込む姿勢が変わりましたが、そのため
That's part of it. I was hit hardest by Mina-chan during my through the ringer from first thing in the morning though.
なんで急に成績気にしだしたの？
No real reason.
今さらあがいても2学期の成績は変わんないよ。
But I might see some results in the third semester. Set your eyes on the future. Isn't that the fundamental principle behind student life?
急に真面目なこと言うなよ。
レイナさん、オーロ君が成績を上げることに何か引っかかりでも
Why she's giving me the suspicious look.
追い抜かれたら屈辱じゃん。
Don't call it humiliating. Besides, I got a long road ahead of me before I could overtake anyone. Your grades aren't that bad. They were lower than those in the top ranks like Sylvie, Elisa, and Kanaku. But there was no way Reina's grades were bad by any means.
わかってるよ。まだまだオーロよりはバカじゃないって。でも、下に見てるバカタンが急に加速つけて追い抜きに来ると、先を走ってる人間としちゃ焦っちゃうわけですよ。
Wow, moron and idiot. Makes sense.
わかってくれた？
I know that you were rude deep down. Just you watch, I'll surpass and then look down on you in no time.
でも、最近のオーロ、本当になんだかお疲れ気味だわ。
Of course, Sophie's worried about me like always.
ファミネル様がおっしゃるには、上流階級のマナーや会話術、交渉術、何より関係性の研究をしているとか。何か心境に変化でも？
何かあったの？オーロ。
I fell in love. I realized blurting that out would only put her off, and I wasn't stupid enough for that. It's because of you, Sophie. The face. The environment here at Noble Academy has rubbed off on me. It's like all the sociology cells inside of me are aching. It's your fault for bringing me to this place like this.
あらあら。
Sophie giggled. It was the truth. It had been her fault. But I couldn't waste the opportunity of taking extra planning classes anymore. I needed to acclaim my body to Noble Academy, and that to this upper-class environment. Naturally, that was pointless on its own. It didn't change the fact that I, Ichiko's Oro, was a commoner. No, even worse. I was an ex-dropout with no prospers for the future. Still, this made for a convenient assessment of conditions for the current me. Conditions that would allow me to proudly get closer to Sylvie. The point I was getting to was,
外交官？
I think that's the best way to get closer to Sylvie. More specifically, I can advance my education and then eventually wind up in Minister of Foreign Affairs if I study the language of Sotalese ahead of time. Then there's a strong chance I could be assigned as third secretary. Japanese diplomats weren't assigned specific interpreters, and being able to speak a country's language was of great importance when your young recruits went aboard. It would be risky if any competition come up, but Sotalese was particularly in that their official language wasn't English. If I buckled down and studied, it would probably make for a powerful asset. As long as I become secretary, I'll be a full-fledged bureaucrat. Even if I'm ranked third, it's a role where it wouldn't be unnatural if I spoke to a princess, and our social standings would be just close enough to avoid complaints too. Most importantly, people can become secretaries at very young ages. I heard they get stationed overseas all the time in their 20s. What do you think?
作戦としては十分だと思う。お前がシルビーの一番のお気に入りなのは間違いないし。で、現実的になれんの？外交官って。
Fuck. She hit me right where it hurts.
外務省ってあれだろ？すごく頭のいい人たちが行くとこだろ？
The way you put it sounds silly, Rita.
じゃあどんな人が行くんだよ。
Well, obviously, super smart people. I get it, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, and that doesn't inspire much confidence. I'm gonna study my butt off, I'm gonna study my butt off.
まあ、頑張れ。
Getting her genuine support was kind of rough. Still, it wasn't an unreasonable path by any means. There was this wonderful power called connections in this world, and I could rely on my relationship with Sylvie until the very end. Noble Academy and civil servants, especially bureaucrats, had extraordinary powerful connections by their very nature. By merely being a Noble Academy graduate, it would be much easier for me to advance in the government ranks than others. These were the methods of underhanded adults, but I would utilize any advantage at my disposal.
俺としては、シルビーに頼んで出自的なのに雇ってもらって、そこから始まるサクセスストーリー的なのを予想してた。
Huh?
漫画とかだとそうなるだろ？だから俺としても、それとなくシルビーの周りに専属執事がいた方がいいって話流すなりなんなりしようと思ってた。見た目がもろにヤンキーな強みを生かして、義朝新喜劇的なお姫様に襲いかかってお前に倒される役とかも面白そうとか思ってたけど、まあでも一回相手に頼るより自分の力だけで外交官って方がかっこいいわな。応援するぜ、1。
Yeah.
執事パターンの方が良かったって思ってる？
Maybe. It would have been a lot easier.
いやでも執事がお姫様を落とすってなると結局最後は身分の差がどうこうになるからさ。
Yeah, for sure. The diplomat route seems like the best way to go. It was just the far and away more difficult option.
まあどっちで行くかはお前次第として。
What's up? She was calculating something.
外交官ってのになるのは具体的に何歳？
I doubt you could become one instantly after you graduate from college and enter the ministry. Wouldn't around age 25 be standard?
くっそ遠いな。
You think?
俺、お前とシルビーには明日にも結婚。
Oops, sorry. You're asking for way too much here.
最悪でこの学園卒業後くらいね。
That would probably be tough to pull off, even by the skin of my teeth. Marriage was the last thing I wanted to think about post-graduation, as I was far more concerned with how I was going to maintain contact with Sylvie at all. I doubt we'll be saying goodbye forever, especially given how things were going, but I would rather avoid having fewer opportunities to see her if we stay friends.
25で外交官になったとして、その後シルビー様に接近。ゆっくり仲を深めていって、結婚は30歳くらい？
You think that's how it will work out if all goes well?
持つかな、たく。
Huh?
だから、そうだ。30歳までシルビーは独身を貫いてくれるのか？
That haven't even crossed my mind. No, wait. Sophie wasn't the type to go along with a political marriage. The Sorted Each family shouldn't interject politics between men and women to any great extent anyway. Even the heir to the throne seems to intend to marry for love. That shouldn't mean that as long as Sophie had eyes for me, or in the worst case, Sona-kun, it ought to work out until we were 35 at least.
イロエと言ってね。
I had an awful recollection. She did have someone like that, didn't she? A man she was closer to than me if I was unlucky. Ugh.
執事で行く？
I'll think about it. Oh, darn it.
帰りましたのね。最近上流の所作を学ぶのに前向きで大変結構ですが、やや帰りが遅いのが気になりますわね。
I was talking to a friend.
それならば仕方ありませんわね。人間に一番必要なものはなんだかんだマナー云々より人との輪ですわ。その分の時間は私がよりスパルタにして取り戻して差し上げます。さあ、席について。
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
今日は晩餐の席での乾杯前のスピーチの仕方と内容の傾向をお教えします。極めてアドリブの必要な頭を使う授業ですわよ。集中してくださいまし。
Brain power isn't exactly my specialty.
知ってます。でも頑張って。
Wow, you weren't supposed to agree that fast.
スピーチは必要な内容を織り込みつつ、現場であったことを種にしてユニークに膨らませたものが好まれますわ。日本人が一番苦手な分野ですわね。
Sorry if you hear background noise. When Japanese people infuse originality into their speech, it tends to create a particular mood in the venue. But then, forced or inappropriate laughter at those moments was a legitimate part of Japanese culture.
さあ、まずはグラスをどうぞ。
She handed me a glass full of water. Thank you. Oh, can I take a small drink before we start? I'm really thirsty.
よろしくてよ。全部は飲み干しませんように。
Will do. Sip. I took a quick drink.
スピーチといえば、国では色絵が大変上手でしたわ。
Cool.
どうしました？
Oh, cough, nothing. Hearing the name that concerned me most right now came up out of the blue, choked me up. Cough. Ugh. Better take another drink of water to settle my nerves.
そうだ。色絵に直接教わるのも良いやもしれませんわね。今度日本に来るそうですわ。
I spit out my water. Huh? Japan. Ira is going to come here?
ええ
We spit in her face. To see Sylvie?
ええ
She's pissed. Minchin brought out the whip. At this point, I didn't even care that I was getting a beat down.
金色ラブリッチェ。幼なじみが日本に？ええ、色絵と言って私の大切な人なの。男？女？殿方よ。写真もあるわ。はい、これ。よはくっそ美形じゃん。美形だと？見せて。うわ、すごい、マストでイケメン。これはもうイケメンというより美男子ですわね。
Dot.
あら、おはよう、オーラ。
Good morning.
あのね、オーラ、この間色絵の話をしたのを覚えている？
Yes, I remember.
あれであの日懐かしくなって国の色絵にメールを一つ入れてみたのね。そしたら今週末時間が取れるから日本まで来てくれることになったのよ。
Why is she blushing?
お正月には国で会う予定だったからほんの少しの前倒しだけど、それでも嬉しいものね。
Dot.
オーラ、どうしたの？苦虫を噛みつぶしたような顔をして。
It's nothing. I am happy too.
そう
Ah. No sooner did I start to consider taking the long-term approach did I have a major bombshell dropped on me. He was just a childhood friend. What was I so worried about? When it came to relationships between men and women, childhood friends were dull as dirt. Childhood friends only wind up as couples in mangas and games. ... I fell under the same childhood friend limitation too, though. Ah, this was rough.
興味出てきた。この色絵って人何者なんだろう。ちょっとググってみよう。シルビーってウィキにも載ってるくらいだし、こっちも何か出るかも。では色絵ソルティレージュで検索してみますね。あら、どうしたん？予測検索に色絵試釈シルビア王女結婚と。でもただの噂みたいですね。見て、この並んで写ってる写真。こんだけ美男美女だと結婚の噂くらいマストで出るだろうね。ねえ。
My guy's just head down on the table broken. ...
どうされました市松殿。苦虫を口の中で培養しているような顔をして。
It's nothing. And wait, is this okay, Ellie-san? They have stuff like that written online.
人の口にとは立てられませんから。
But isn't this slander against the princess? Why not use the full authority of Sotodes to destroy the entire internet medium?
さすがに不可能です。それに色絵に限って言えば、そうした噂があっても全く問題ない人間ですし。
Ah, I see, since he was one of Sophie's old friends. You know him too, Ellie-san? That Iroh person?
ええ、騎士院派の子爵ですので、立場上では姫様の護衛を仰せつかっている私の現時点での上司となりますね。現在はソルティリエージュの政治部で外交大使を務めます。この国で言うなら外務省の上層にあたるでしょうか。とても頼りになる信頼のおける男です。
Stagger?
それと私にとって。市松殿？
Wobble wobble. I wonder how you go about an assassination.
すげえ結論だな。
A rival appeared that I doubt I stand the smallest chance against based off the rumors I heard. But my adversary is the knight, so you think he's the sort who will be ready for a surprise attack?
普通は闇討ちより真剣での決闘的なのじゃね、騎士といえば。
There's no way an average guy like me could take him on in an actual duel.
だっせー。
I know. Still, I was going to search for and find some path that lead to becoming closer to Sylvie. Rivals didn't just pop up like this on the very first step. Damn it. Maybe I should give up.
はあ？
He sounds like Superman. And he's apparently super hot. I have a feeling he's a better match for Sylvie than me. You know, like backing down so the girl you love can find happiness. Aren't gestures like that a man's way of being agnostic? It's fine by me as long as Sylvie's happy.
はあ、
Reed put out her cigarette.
なんか青春ものにありがちな悩み方してるから、青春ものにありがちな方法でいくぞ。
She walked up to me.
恨むなよ。
No, she's gonna hit me again, I bet.
バカ野郎！
Yep. Ugh. She kneed me in the stomach again.
あた！
Yeah. Then she nailed me with a foot stomp and palm kneel to the chest combo. This woman was strong.
友情がゆえに殴る。青春ものにありがちだろ？
If that's how you want it, then go with a slap in the face or something more invigorating. Don't use legit self-defense techniques like knee in me in the stomach, preventing me from escaping, then suffocating me.
いいかてめえ。
I'm listening, ma'am. She grabbed me by the collar.
確かに今のてめえはクソ情けないゴミ虫だ。社会的に立場のある金髪イケメンなんかと比べられたら世間の評価じゃ100対0で負けるだろ。
Can't you choose your words a little more carefully?
でもお前一つ大事なこと忘れてんぞ。大事なのはシルビーの気持ちだろうが。
Ah, good point.
世間がどう評価するかじゃない。大事なのはシルビーが誰を選ぶか。
Yeah.
忘れんじゃねえよ。シルビーが誰を好きなのか。シルビーに一番思われてるのは誰だ？
Who does she care about? That was... Right, I had forgotten who Sophie likes.
シルビーに一番思われてるのは
The person Sophie cares for most.
思われてるのは俺だろうが。
Yeah, she did. Not only was I not even close to overcoming some blonde pretty boy, I haven't even overcome the barrier of Sona-kun yet.
あの二人で作った指輪をまだ持ってるってことはまあ今でも俺だろ多分。
Yeah. Sophie was still in love. Sophie was still in love based on the look I saw her make before. I'm not high enough on Sophie's intern list to be worth bragging about. I'd love to go over that hurdle eventually, though. Can't I tell her that Sona-kun actually is a woman?
めんどくせえからダメ。女ってわかると当時のキャンプメンバーから簡単に探り当てられちまう。
Damn. I got the trump card, a joker in my hand, but I get to take down Sona-kun while playing it.
頑張れ。
The blonde pretty boy would be trouble enough on its own. Ugh. This left me even more flustered. And while I was busy being irritated...
そんな焦るなよ。言うほど悪い状況じゃないって。
Hmm?
確かにイチは10年前の時点ですら俺以下だったし、その俺よりさらに親しい枠に金髪イケメンが出てきてる。普通に考えれば二重に絶望だ。ましてお前は金髪イケメンはおろか、相馬くんにすら顔で勝ててない。
My figure's better than the tinsy little Sona-kun.
かもな。
Don't pass it off like it's nothing. That ticks me off.
でもそれはイチの話だ。お前はオーロだろ。
Hmm.
よっと。
Renee said her piece before heading off on top of the water tank. I was Aura, not Ichi. They were both totally me. I couldn't wrap my head around it. I headed back to the dorm. I felt pretty beat. Maybe I should take a nice rain check on Mina-chan's lesson for today.
おかえり。あ、ねえねえオーロ。龍蔵寺って知ってる？
The advertising company?
そうなん？なんかすっごいお金持ちらしいんだけど。
They were a rich family that was funding the advertising company anyway.
さっきさ、シルビーの婚約者かもってイケメンさんのことググったじゃん。
I do. My heart was brutally wounded thanks to that.
したらそのシルビーの婚約者ってトラックで引っかかったんだけどね。その龍蔵寺のお坊ちゃんがなんかソルティレージュのシルビア王女と結婚するって公言してるんだって。 知ってた？
Are Sophie's finance fiance planner or something? A single potential nuisance came up yesterday, and now the list of potential rivals only seemed to multiply today. I guess this was natural, though. The cheerful, cute, sunny princess, Her Highness Sylvie. The men of the world couldn't possibly ignore her. Everyone at Noble Academy was too close at hand, and we're humbled by her. But once they began to see her in a romantic light, it was given they'd pop up in droves. Men with both status and prestige, that is. And then there was me, a guy thrown his hand into the running who has begun studying to acquire status and privilege. Ugh. Now that I think about it, I was disgusted by how lame I've been. Damn it.
お前は1じゃなくて
You don't get it, Ree. It was like my willpower was instantly snapped away. Those were around the time Mina-chan would turn up, but maybe I really should take the day off. Aw. That was my phone. I answered while checking who it was.
オーラ
Ah. Hey, what's up?
よかった通じた番号は聞いていたけれど携帯電話かけるのは初めてだからちょっと緊張しちゃった
Oh yeah, now that you mention it. Never spoken to Sophie over the phone before. Do you need something?
用事というほどではないのだけど今日のオーラなんだか心ここにあらずという様子だったでしょ気になって あとオーラとお電話で話してみたかったというのもあるわ
Part concern, part amuse? Which was it really? Legitimately both. I bet. This was Sylvie.
電話でおしゃべりってなんだか楽しいわねオーラこうして声を聞くとなんだか大人っぽく感じるわ
Really? You sound like your usual self. Even so that her usual smile would spring to mind if I closed my eyes.
それでオーラ今日は何かあったのかしら
Well, nothing. I was surprised because of your childhood friend. No way I could tell her that.
そうならいいのだけど
Luckily, our straightforward princess took it at face value. I really didn't want to keep this subject going. By the way, Sophie, you don't use cell phones at all, huh?
そうね持ってはいるのだけど
I changed the subject. The incoming contact label updated to Sylvie. This was definitely the number I exchanged with her. This was my first call from this number. Not that I ever call from my end either.
携帯電話は盗聴や GPS 傍受対策に騎士のみんなに毎日預けているのだから同年代の男の子とよくお話ししてたらいろいろとね
It made sense now. Sophie was a princess completely sheltered by her guards. That was especially the same as having finicky parents watching over you all the time. But that's kind of unexpected.
何が
That you would group me with boys your age. I figured she placed me in more like a gender irrelevant category.
何言ってるのオーラだって男の子じゃないだからお茶会に行くのも大変なのよ夜半過ぎに殿方に会いに行くなどって怒るエルの目から逃れてこそこそと
Oh, that's so. That's how it is. Has she always treated me like a man? ... Hey, Sophie,
何
do you love me?
何オーラ急に
Oh,
オーラのこと
I mean as a friend, to be clear.
なんだそういうこと
She was honestly thinking about it. I think she would have said yes, to be honest. He was honestly thinking about it.
もちろん好きよいつも言ってるじゃない
Yeah,
も
the panic murmuring came across through the receiver loud and clear.
じゃあねもう切るわ明日また学校で
Yeah, see you tomorrow. Like so, the call came to an end. I wish we could have talked a little longer. Still, I got a stronger reaction than I expected. I meant it when I asked if she liked me as a friend. Well, to be precise, I plan on asking her that for a while now, so I could hear that easygoing, "Of course, I love you" response. But her reaction just now. ... Sophie was flustered. That had been an unexpected first. A reaction that left me delighted.
ゲロ、帰っておりまして。
Hey, Mina-chan. Come on, give me another lesson about upper class manners, etiquette, and behavior.
そのつもりで来ましたけど、テンション高いですわね。
I got a newfound push. Come on, hurry up, and give it to me.
迫らないで。怖いですわ。だから違うと言ってるでしょ、このゲロ。
Yeah, whips hurt. But these blows will push me even further. They'll help me ascend to the world of the upper class. Go on, strike me more.
言い方がすでに失格。
Yeah.
どうかした？別に。まあいいわ。それよりソルティレージの領事館から仕事の依頼よ。は？領事館。ひいてはクルスクラウンさんが龍蔵寺から手を回して依頼してきたわ。ナトリさんは受けたいって張り切ってるけど、どうする？私は断る方を推薦するけど、ナトリさんは張り切ってて、私レベルで説得するのは無理そう。あなたのやる気次第よ。はぁ、潮時かな。
I think Sophie's gonna find out.
金色ラブリッチェ。最近オーロが変なの。もともとそこそこな確率で変じゃない？
Wow. Really?
そうじゃなくて、最近どうもよそよそしいっていうか、私のことを避けてるっていうか、気のせいだと思うけど。あと体のあちこちにムチの跡があるわ。おお、ガチモンで変だ。怖わ。
Blame your sister.
困ったわ。もしかして私嫌われちゃったのかしら。シルビーがオーロを嫌うならともかく、逆はなしなしだと思うけどね。
無修正ってあるじゃん。ほら、モザイクなしの。
Oh, we're talking about porn again. Great. Like, I know we're able to see that stuff online all the time, but is that one for real?
最近あれを入手したから見てたんだ。どうでした？
We really corrupted the guys in the class.
バッチリでしたか？
Not that great.
聞いた。どうして？無修正でしょ？
Nah, I know how you feel. Once you get used to monoskets, when you see the real deal of all of a sudden, the first impression that comes to my mind is there's no monoskets?
そんなものなのですか。というか市松くんはしれっと無修正見たことあるんですね。
それもあるんだけど、俺の場合は違ってさ。生で見れたのは良かったのよ。ちょっと感動すらした。
You're such a guy, Sigo.
その子、女として生きることにしたのに超でかくてさ、悔しいけど勃起したものはすごかった。
え、ニューハーフもの？
男の子もの。
Went with that genre right from the get-go. You're such a guy, Sigo.
でもふと気づいたんだ。その子、勃起はすごいのに根元の部分が小さいなーって。
Oh God.
はい。
根元のさ、こう袋が 妙に小さいんだ。
Dot dot dot.
それって
モザイクがないからはっきり見えたよ。縮み切った玉袋に縫い目があるのが。
Dot dot dot. Yep, the win.
ニューハーフの型は取る。そうですね。その部分は男性ホルモンの発生源ですので。
Wow.
ドン引きだろ。
It's not that so much as. Youch.
想像させないでください。
痛い痛い痛い痛い。はあ、考えただけで股間が寒い。
やっぱ変なのはいつもじゃない？そうかな。ねえねえオーロ。
Yeah? Rena called me while we were having our men's only porn discussion and quickly adjourned.
オーロ、最近変なん？
Huh?
オーロが最近頭おかしくなったって情報が匿名で寄せられたんだけど。
What a horrible tip. Is that true, Sophie?
そこまでひどい言い方ではなかった風味だけど。
I like to say I'm completely normal.
だよね。ちょっと友達とニューハーフの無修正ビデオについて語り合う程度のごくごく普通の男の子だもんね。大丈夫みたいよ。本人に聞いてどうするの？ん？
Something up?
いやー、ねえオーロ、この後シルビーとメロンパン買いに行くんだけど、一緒に行かね？ それどうかしらオーロ、美味しいメロンパンのお店があるのよ。
Oh, sorry. I already made plans later with Anako.
そう。
It's not helping my case at all.
まあまあ、約束があるっていうならしゃあないって。それはそうだけど、最近放課後にお誘いしても4回連続で用事があるって。それはちょっと多いね。オール友達多くないのに。
いきなりシルビアさんたちに出てこられるのは焦りましたね。
こんな話聞かれたら国辱もんだよ。
We're your typical hot-blooded group of guys, but I think it's your taste in porn that would put you in hot water. Anyway, this might be a good time to get back to studying.
最近の市松くんは急に真面目になりましたね。
There's nothing wrong with bringing up my grades. Tanaku, tutor me. Sorry to have you join me all the time.
構いませんよ。庶民の方が生活を向上させんとするならば、それを手伝うのが貴族の務めです。
He ticked me off in a subtle ways, but he was a good guy. I had come to the realization that it was pointless to brood over Sylvie anymore. Thinking about how the future would turn out was a waste of time. The better plan was to bring up my grades however much I could right now. I would become the best match for Sylvie I could be.
もうシルビー、そんな暗い顔しないで。
We're making her upset though.
シルビーがそんな顔してると調子狂うっていうか、みんな気にしちゃうよ。
This evening with Mina-chan was the plan for today.
大体のことは教えてしまいましたわね。逆に何を習いたいとかございまして？
As long as I won't get whipped anymore. Oh, editing at a buffet style dinner was pretty complicated, so I can't really keep it straight.
では本日はその復習を。ここにお皿があるものとして、まず取るときはどうするんでした？
Predict the flow of people and fundamentally proceed from the right.
そう、よく覚えていますわ。
That's a long word for yes. I remember, but it doesn't make much sense. It's a round table, so which way is even right?
中央から見て右です。立食というものは常に人が円形に動きますので、その流れを乱さぬようにですわ。
Circle. Win, win, win. Like this?
そういうボケはいりませんわ。全体が渦を巻くように動くということです。中心部を起点、人が右回りに。
I see. Wait, based on the theory, one of the people standing in the center of the room end up spinning around in place?
そうなりますわね。
Okay, Mina-chan, stand right there.
くるくるくる。おバカ、そんなわけないでしょう。
But you played along.
部屋の中央はダンスフロアなり階段に使ったり。
Wouldn't people spin if they use it to dance?
なるほど。
Okay, Mina-chan, dance in the center.
くるくるくる。おバカ。
But she's going along with it. Well, we were working hard again today.
あら、電話ですわ。
Mina-chan got an incoming call on her cell phone. Who could it be? I didn't have to wonder long.
もしもしお姉様。
Sylvie, huh?
はい。
She's confused.
ああ、はい、例の。ちょうどよろしいですわ。今隣におります。
Me?
ゲロー、お姉様からこの後例のお茶会ができないかとお誘いですわ。
Ah, one of those, huh? I wanted to go desperately so, but if I was alone with Sophie right now, it'll feel too weird. Sorry, I'll pass for today.
何か予定ありましたかしら。
Cold. I think I got a tiny bit of a cold today.
ああ、そうですわね。12月に入ってめっきり寒くなりましたし。
Come on, you gotta stop blowing off Sylvie.
そう。お姉様もあまり外を出歩くのは勧められませんわ。ええ、ありがとうミナ。オーロによろしくね。
また夜中に抜け出すおつもりだったようで。
でもダメになっちゃった。
She admits it.
あっさり認めないでください。もうどうかされたのですか？
そういえば様子が変わったのも先週のあのお茶会。わがままに付き合わせて風邪をひかせて平気な顔してたんだもの。呆れられるわよね。
はい？
いえ、こんなこと初めてだから混乱してるみたい。
She's starting to like me more.
シルビア様、よろしいですか？
何エキスナ。
はい、実は例の件、龍蔵寺から返事が来ました。
金色ラブリッチェ。
Why?
この髪金色だから。
Oh yeah. Back in the day, Sophie's personality was completely different. A bit introverted or maybe just quiet. A young girl who perfectly embodied the image of a princess. She was just as naive when we played back then as she was now. But back then, she seemed to lack confidence in herself. What's so bad about golden hair? Don't cry. Don't cry. That was still the only time I ever accidentally made her cry. Still, why did she cry? I didn't remember. Something about Sylvie being separated from people she cared about when she returned to her country. Then what else? She said something about the color of her hair being bad. I wonder how having blonde hair and being separated from those dear to you would relate. Didn't remember that. All I could remember, like I said, don't cry. I love that color. Your blonde hair is really pretty, and I like it a lot.
ほんとイチ、この髪好き？
Yeah, it is pretty, so I do like it. Was that she smiled in the end? I was pretty overbearing back in those days, wasn't I? Looking back on it now, that may have been pretty cool. A description I couldn't even remotely give myself these days. It was natural, something I could only say because I was a kid, but still. The Ichi from those days and the current me. If I had to say which of them pulled off being cool.
ねえ、イチ、
Yeah?
ありがとう。国に帰ってもあなたのこときっと忘れない。大事にします。この金色でもらえたこのキュロちゃんも
Yeah.
ずっとずっと大事にしますね。
Where did she cut her hair? Ah. ... I woke up. Ah. Huh. What the? I just had a dream about Sylvie from when we were little. And wasn't that part at the end majorly unsettling? It was like, what was it exactly?
先輩、おはようございます。
Ah, on my way. My invite to radio calisthenics came in, so I didn't have time to dwell on it.
おはようございます、シルビア様。
おはよう、エキスナ、ボラル紅茶の。
おはようございます。昨べは憂鬱そうでしたが、多少さっぱりとされたお顔ですな。
さあ龍蔵寺さんがうまくセッティングしてくれたのが嬉しくてね。
あの件。しかしシルビア様、あの件のせいで来週龍蔵寺の方にご挨拶に行かねば。
それくらいはするわよ。お願いを聞いてもらったんだもの、礼儀だわ。それに
まだ何か？
ちょっとだけいい夢が見られてね。
どんな夢です？
小さい頃の夢。私がお姫様になる少し前。
Wait, what? Before I became a princess? I thought you were born as a princess. She adopted? She
人
adopted?
生で一番大変だった変化を大切なお友達に応援してもらった時よ。
I think she's adopted. That's why the hair colors are not similar.
あの時の。
どうも姫様の人生は日本に来る時が転機となることが多いですな。
そうかしら。そうかもね。もしくは彼に会った時。
... I've been taking my classes seriously recently, but
ですので確率を導く時の公式は極めて基礎的な公算を繰り返すことで。
I'm sorry, but everything went into one ear and out the other. I was staring straight at Sylvie in the seat ahead of me, more precisely at her hair coursing down her back. Her eyes were captivated by the long golden hair that practically coated her back. Now that I take a good look, her hair was gorgeous. The expression honey color clicked perfectly. Every individual strand had a subtle pigment to it to make them see-through, but combined with her golden locks, emanated a beautiful radiance. Golden hair. From a global point of view, blonde was the most popular hair color, wasn't it? It was a color seemingly considered symbolic of beauty, men and women since the dawn of men. Black or dark hair made the most sense as it was necessary to block out ultraviolet rays from the sun. Blonde hair strongly defied that concept. It only came about in regions with minimum direct sunlight, such as those in northern Europe. A variety of hair rare enough you could even call it idiosyncrasy. However, there were many who were captivated by it, even the Japanese. Then again, black hair was nice in its own way, too. But I did think that golden hair was just as beautiful. So, why had Sylvie cut it off? I couldn't remember. I wonder if I got the wrong idea and asked Minu-chan about it this morning.
お姉様が髪を？ああ、昔一度ありましたわね。急に。
Oops, sorry. Did something happen to her?
知りませんわよ。私当時はお姉様とあまりお話ししませんでしたし、気になるなら本人にお聞きになって。
Ask her. That was easier said than done. But yeah, that probably was the wisest choice. For whatever reason, right now, Sylvie was... Ah. Sylvie must have noticed me watching and suddenly turned around. She gave me her usual sweet smile, as if we're saying, yes. But happens to something that I looked down on reflex. Oh crap. The second our eyes meet, I looked away. Some extraordinary, creepy behavior right there. Patch things up me. This was Sylvie I was dealing with. Though things would be fine as long as I look up and smile back at her. She would smile away one tiny moment of rudeness. She would. ... it was no use. She turned away. Everything ended on a rude note. What the heck was I doing? It was practically due to how flustered I was after realizing how I felt about her. However, as of late, I found it difficult to even talk to her. What could I do about this? Confess. That would make everything easier, but it'll be awkward. Well, this was Sylvie, so I bet she wouldn't let this much get to her, but still.
ほら、やっぱり様子が変。私のこと嫌がってるのかしら。
The opposite.
落ち込んじゃダメよ。あの企画のことを知ったら絶対にまた仲良しに戻れるはずだわ。こっちこっち。
久木さん、授業中に携帯をいじらない。
Damn, call her out.
でもなんで私だけエルチもいじってたのに。
真面目なカバレロさんがそのようなことするわけがないでしょう。
Damn.
罪悪感チクチク。
She was on her phone. That is where I'm going to end today's episode. I am Visual Novel Gamer. I hope you enjoyed. If you like, comment, subscribe. Tell me how you're liking the game so far. Tell me how your day's going and all that. As always, it's been a pleasure, and see you all next time. Peace.